Hello, is there, I'm not able to hear any sound. Is there any sound, or should I have logged in somewhere else?
I also don't hear anything.
Do you use the system, Nikki? Or
No.
have you seen it before?
No, I haven't seen it.
Sorry, guys, I was muted. Sorry about that. Mario's muted.
Anyway.
Sorry about that. Okay, so if you log in and you go to projects and organization projects, you will see these two projects that we started. Okay, so one thing that Edge is very good at is managing multi-site projects, which is exactly the kind of thing that we want to do in this consortium, right? So you'll see this newborn screening project. There's already 2 sites that have been added there. So I just want to take you into the project.
Online or left behind.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just kindly restart.
From login.
Yes, they were on mute, so they didn't hear anything.
Okay. So for the guys online, this is the URL that you need to log into. If you have not sent us your institutional, your work email address, then we were not able to add you yet. But what you can do is you can add it to that link that Jack sent out last night, and then we will add you after the session. So for now, maybe just follow through what we're trying to show here. But if you do have a link from Edge, you can click it, verify. It will say invalid link, just ignore that, because immediately after it will send you a temporary password, and then you will be able to log into the system. Is that okay?
Yes.
Julie, are you guys caught up now?
Yeah, I'm working on it, Annemie. I'm trying to find the email that I got. Thank you. But please continue.
It's from Edge. It's not from me or from Jack. It's from the Edge system. Okay, so once you're in, obviously you have a profile and you're able to edit your own information. If you drop down over here, so you guys must all fill in your own information here. We've only added your first name, last name, and email address, but everything else you need to populate for us, please. Then if you go to my projects, if you're on assigned projects, you might not see any projects listed, but if you switch to organization projects, then you should see the newborn screening project, as well as a test project that we created. Okay, so the newborn screening project has been created here. And I'm just going to go in quickly. So this is the sort of landing page that you get for a project. And it gives you some background information about the project. It shows some information on the right-hand side here. You can set all of this up to tell you, like, if it's a female-only project or males and females, what the age ranges should be, that sort of thing. I think the mic died. Has it got like a timer? Oh. Sorry, I think the mic just died. So you can put all the information in here. At the bottom here, you can add the project design. You can list the inclusion-exclusion criteria, that sort of thing, of your project. So the idea is that everybody then looks at this one record of the project. So it's the one version of the truth. You don't have to go and look in several different places to get the information. And all the sites, I think the batteries, maybe the batteries. Yeah. Thank you. We just switched microphones. So all the sites look at this one master project record, okay? And everybody sees the same information. You'll see it's a green banner across the top. Whenever you're on the green page, it means you are on the project level of Edge. And then if you leave them? Okay. All right. So then, of course, on the project level, you have a file sharing space over here. So you can go to files. And then what you'll find on the project level is those documents that apply to everybody in the project, like the protocol. The protocol is going to be used, the same protocol in all the sites. So that's kind of documents that you'll find on the project level.
We don't have that.
So there's,
We don't have that.
so just follow for now. I'm just doing a demonstration. I'm going to add you guys just now as part of the exercise, okay?
Okay.
So there's a project level, which is the green level, okay? This project level information. And then what you have is you have the different sites that are associated with this project. And you can also go into the sites and then you're going to get site level information. Okay, so first of all, I want to do some add project site. So these must still be added, right? So I'm going to click them. And you'll see you can fill in all this information like, is the site open? Are they still in setup? That sort of thing. Who's the principal investigator for that site? All of that information. Okay. I'm not going to fill it all in now. I just want to do a demo. Okay, so I must at least have a status. Just make it today. And then I just quickly want to add the others as well. So this is what you do when you start a new project. Then you actually just add all the sites that apply, that are participating in that project. I had a list, so I set them up beforehand. Okay, so this is how you add sites, very easy, right? But now the point is to go into a site. And now you'll see it changes to red at the top. Once you see it on a red level, you are on a project site level. That means everything that happens on a project site level is private to the users that are assigned to that site only. Okay, and this is very important because we don't want people to mix up their patients with patients from other sites or even their staff, you know. So it very clearly segregates the information that is available on a project level from the information that's available on a site level. On a site level, you will have information like who your patients are, who your staff are. You will also again have a files section, document section, and over here you will upload things that are very specific to your site. Your translations of the informed consent form that are only being used in your site because there's only been approved at your site. Your ethics approval for your site, your facility approval for your site, that sort of thing. Okay. And then the things that apply to everybody on the green level.
So does it mean that
Microphone,
for
please.
for example, right now when we want to do these consortium studies, we have the overall PI. So can the overall PI have access to the individual sites?
The overall PI is usually also a site PI. So they will have like aggregate level information about all the sites, but they won't see the names of the patients at all the sites, if that makes sense. Okay. So, okay, let me show you what I mean. One of the first things I need to do when I have a new site, I need to add some users, right? Because right now, it's only Jack. I mean, he's not running the site. Okay, so who is actually at this site? Then I can just add you quickly. Right? And then what I want to do is I want to give him manage rights. So that means he can go ahead and manage the site further. Otherwise, Jack has to do everything, which is not the idea. We want to have the sites coordinate their own information. And then you'll see there's also this option of giving someone clinical access or not. So clinical access basically means, can they see the patients? Like this is for the nurses and the doctors who actually need to interact with the patients, as opposed to maybe an administrator who needs to see some of the project information but doesn't need to know the names of the patients. Then you won't give them clinical access. Okay, so for now I'm going to give clinical. Who else should I add to the site? Okay, I'm only talking about people who have logins, right? So, and who else? Who? Saida is not from your site. Right. But she doesn't have, I don't think she has a login. Yeah. Okay. So you get the idea, right? You then add users to your site, you give them the user rights that they need to have. Someone who has clinical rights will then see a patient tab over here, right? And they will be able to add a patient. And remember, only the people who are on this tab will be able to see the patients, and only if they have ticked clinical. Okay, you also have the statistics tab. So if you don't have the patients tab, you will still have the statistics tab. So you'll be able to see the number of patients on the project, but you won't see their names and their phone numbers and their whatever. The other cool thing I want to show you guys is that there's also patient import that you can do, which means you do not have to go and retype all the information that you already have somewhere else. Okay, so work with your site's data coordinator to get your patients into Edge with the least amount of issues. Okay, there's like there's a template that you use. So you just make your data fit onto the template and then you can import them. Okay. Yeah.
There was a key staff tab.
Yeah. Key staff, it doesn't really do anything in terms of user rights, but it does get listed on the main page. So if there is someone sort of who's coordinating the site and you mark them as key staff, then they will get listed on the front page, just so people know who to contact. So it's maybe the lead nurse or the lead doctor at the site, that sort of thing. But it doesn't really matter in terms of user rights. Yeah?
What kind of file types can be imported?
So I think it's a CSV template that you make. So that's what I'm saying, just work with your site's data coordinator, because if you already have the data either in Excel or in RateCap or whatever, it can actually be exported and just reformat a little bit and then push it into Edge. Okay. There's a question at the back.
So
Microphone, can you grab one? Thank you.
So far, this looks like it works for a clinical interface. Say we're in a research setting, like in ours, our patients are recruited by the data capturers, one more definition.
Yeah, that's also okay.
So are they the ones that we give
That access.
that clinical access?
Yeah, the one who needs to see the patient's name and put them into the database.
Okay, and if we're not using names, like at our site, we don't collect the patient's names.
If you don't collect the names at all, that's also okay, because you can just put Mr. X, Y for the name on everything. Don't know what to do about this.
Is this microphone?
Can you take this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Move it up your row.
Yeah, that's just throw it over there.
Sorry about that. That's better, I think.
Yeah.
So
No, they can't.
Can they hear me now?
You see the green light up there?
Yeah.
That's still up.
Okay, good. But I'm screen sharing, so it's kind of difficult to also see like what else is going on.
I'll just take the chat.
Yeah, let's just see what's in the chat. Does it interface with other systems? It does, but you need just someone to set it up for you. And there's also later in the year, there's going to be an upgrade to a new version of Edge that's going to be even more geared towards interacting with other systems via API. So you guys have heard us mention this in several places, API. So it's like where one program is talking to another program directly. So that is definitely possible.
Annemie, I was asking this in the context, so there's a previous question before that, because I'm just starting to, I feel like I'll be replicating as I'm populating all the information that's in other systems. That's why I was asking, can you populate the fields from other kind of systems? And then the other question was about personnel from DCC and CCC who are not affiliated to any site that's collecting data, but they work at coordinating level, and how that's managed.
Is we will add them
If
to
you've
the
already
green
talked about
level. We will add them to the green level. So the green level also has a staff tab. And then they won't be able to go into any of the sites, but they will see project level information, which is what you want from the coordinating unit, right? Okay, so I see Patience is coming here, so I think that means my time is finished. Sorry.
A quick question, Annemie.
Yeah.
So internationally, clinical trials are supposed to be registered. Let's say clinical trials.gov and other platforms. So does it suffice such requirement, or this is just for our own internal use?
Currently, this is just for our own internal use, because you need a login to get in here to see the information. So you would still need to do whatever other registry requirements. In other countries, they have then also gotten the regulators to log into the system, and then that means you don't have to. So once you get them involved, you might get rid of that duplication as well. But at least this way, you don't have to keep the records at all the sites individually. All the sites can look at this one version of the project. Okay, so I don't have more time, but what we will do now is we will keep adding you guys to the sites so that you can keep exploring. I just want to point out where the help files are for Edge. Okay. If you go to this tab, the knowledge base, this is where you're going to find all the information that you want about getting started, about managing, like how to add patients in your project, that sort of thing. Even how to add staff. So there's managing users, that's how you're going to add your staff. There's managing projects and sites. And once you go in, then you get all more detail. So there's like a lot of stuff here that you can dive into. But for now, the consortium, the plan is that we just start using it to list our projects, list our patients, and we get like sort of high level aggregates without having to duplicate the information in all the sites. Thank you.